It's great to have your company here on Business Now. Well, the federal budget, for the criticism it has attracted, also makes a commitment, $11.3 billion, to overcome log jams that prevent more housing being built in Australia. Now, that includes more training places for apprentices and money that will unlock key infrastructure, including water, electricity and sewage. But is this enough? Well, the Housing Industry Association has been crying out for change to make it easier to build more homes. Jocelyn Martin is the HIA's National Managing Director and joins me now. Jocelyn, many thanks for your time. You know, it's a big number, $11.4 billion. It doesn't all come in one lump. It doesn't come all in one area. Is it actually enough to stimulate the industry to start building homes?
Well, I guess what we're first of all pleased about is that we have been long advocating for, housing supply to be the key item on the agenda. So I think what this does is demonstrate a bit of a commitment to actually the importance of housing supply. I think that the 11.3, as you said, is broken down into a couple of areas, and some of those areas I think will make a difference quite quickly. One of those is in the commitment to infrastructure, around $1 billion for commitment to assist states and territories with connections for roads and sewage and so on. I mean, we have housing estates one I know of in Western Sydney, for instance, that is just basically sitting ready but cannot get sewage connections. And so those are the kinds of stories that we're hearing from builders all over the country.
Okay, so there's a few blockages here as I can see. One is the infrastructure thing, getting that approved. The second thing is getting enough staff, right? And that's the other thing. Builders now don't have an incentive to build because they simply can't get the builders. How does that correlate with the government halving the migration rate, which is traditionally where you might have actually found those sources of labour?
Yeah. Well, as we talk to members across the country, one of the things that I always ask them is, what's the one message that you want us to take to government? And it's always around the lack of skilled labour. And essentially that comes from two sources, I guess, is school leavers entering into apprenticeships and other forms of education. And then there is the access to skilled migrants. In terms of this budget, there are some announcements around a commitment to construction fee-free TAFE places. We're pleased to hear that, but of course how that plays out, it's very much matters in the states and territories and how they choose to allocate that. So I suppose we're still keen to see how that works. The other amount that the government committed to was for skills recognition for skilled migrants, something also that we have wanted to see for some time. It's a relatively small amount, and I think it's only really targeted at about 1,900 skilled migrants to get their qualifications recognised from other areas. That's just a drop in the ocean to what we actually need.
Then there's something else, because there's supply, and that is trying to build the homes, and then there's demand. There seems to be plenty of demand for homes. So the government's stimulating an extra 40,000 low-income homes. That really only adds to the demand, I would have thought, unless you fix the supply side. That is almost a moot point, because those people are going to struggle to find homes.
That's right. Well, it's a very fine balance at the moment. There is demand out there for new homes and, of course, for rentals. And we know that consumer confidence is hitting a bit of a lull at the moment, that people have been impacted by interest rates, and some of the costs of land and housing packages out in Western Sydney and in Victoria are just beyond the reach of many buyers. But certainly while we continue to constrain supply, it puts pressure on everyone.
Jocelyn Martin, the Managing Director of the Housing Industry Association. Good to chat to you today. As I say, at least those initiatives are there from the federal government. Many thanks for your time.
Yeah. Thanks, Ross. Bye-bye.